The Social Security 8.7% COLA exposed. I have all the details and some shocking new information right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I want to discuss some new information that was just released in regards to the 8.7% cost of living adjustment that was announced out of the Social Security Administration in mid-October 2022. Now, we all completely understand this 8.7% needs to be significantly higher. However, this new report that just came out is going to show just how broken the system really is and how these benefits need to be raised significantly higher than where they currently are. There's a lot of information in this report, and honestly, like I said, it is pretty shocking. That's why I want to bring it to your attention right here in the video, so let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, doing all the necessary research and watching all this new information hitting the wire, breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay updated with what is actually going on, and most importantly, how it's going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account. And of course, I always want to point out anything out there right now that is showing up that you can possibly grab and or take advantage of as a low income or fixed income beneficiary. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and always remember, I'm here for you in any way that I can be. That's my dedication, that's my commitment, and that is my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. All right, thanks again. Let's get into it and talk about the 8.7% COLA exposed. Dun dun dun, right? Yeah, anyway, let's get into it and talk about this, because honestly, this report is a little bit shocking, and I want to bring this to your attention. But here's the thing. I don't need to explain this in great depth to you. If you're a fixed income beneficiary, one of the 70 plus million people that receive some type of fixed income benefit where the COLA also applies, like Social Security retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA benefits, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These benefits are way too low, and this report shows exactly that. I want to share with you some numbers that are exposed in this report here as well, and you're going to clearly see the major problem with this, with the system, and why it is majorly broken, and some major repairs that they need to make to this thing. So let me talk you through some of these numbers. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, the 8.7% COLA was announced by Social Security in mid-October 2022. Got it. We know that. In fact, this is the fourth largest raise in the history of Social Security. Well, at the same time, we also understand that this raise, and according to some other reports that we've seen over the last couple months here, this raise should be about twice as high as what it actually is coming in at. It should be more around the 17% range. Now, here's the thing. We also understand inflation has been very, very high throughout the course of 2022, and it's also anticipated through most of 2023, it is likely going to be very elevated as well. Let me tell you some numbers now. In 2021, rewind a little bit here. Back in 2021, the average rent across the United States was $1,100 per month. In 2022, the average rent was $1,295 every single month. So an increase of $195, or about 17% of an increase in rents. Now, here's the thing. Shelter, yes, it's very important. However, here's the problem. In 2022, the average Social Security retirement beneficiary was getting $1,657 per month. Now, let me show you the numbers behind this. If the average beneficiary is getting $1,657 per month and the average rent across the country is $1,295, that means that accounts for about 77% of the monthly income of a Social Security retiree. Now, again, I completely understand not everybody is getting the average of $1,657 in 2022 from your monthly benefits. I completely understand there's a lot of people here in the community that are getting well below that. And that's just going to make it more difficult, right? If you're paying the average rent, again, just under $1,300 a month, that's going to make it even more difficult, especially the closer that you get to that, or even if you're below that, right? It's not adding up here, right? So what these numbers are now showing is that rents alone, out of everything else, rents alone are accounting for just under 80% of your monthly income. So that means you have 20% left of your income to cover your utilities, food on the table, food in the pantry and in the fridge, to cover all of your other bills you may have, to put some gas in your car, maybe put, pay for some insurance, things like this, pay for healthcare, prescriptions, all the other stuff. Do you think it's really going to add up to 20%? No, all of that stuff's going to account for way more than 20%. Now, here's the thing. Is this the fault of the landlords? Is this landlords' fault for having rents at the rate that they are? No, it's actually not landlords. Now, again, I want to be fair here for a second. Now, again, all of us have our varying opinions on this, but here's the thing. Is it the landlord's fault, or is it the fault of the system being really, really broken and these benefits being way behind where they really need to be, right? In fact, we've talked about this before. Many beneficiaries are living well below the federal poverty line. Not a good situation, right? We continue to see this. So really, what is the problem here? Is it the problem that these benefits are simply not high enough, or is it that expenses are too high? Well, it could be a little bit of both, right? Expenses might be a little bit too high. Inflation is just eating everything up right now. And again, benefits are significantly too low. We know this as well, right? So, with all this being said, this report that's coming out is actually showing that this 8.7% COLA, the vast majority of that is going to be eaten up by just simply living expenses, including rents alone, are going to eat up a lot of that, right? I've even been seeing down below in the comment section, a lot of you reaching out saying, my rent is going up again. There goes my COLA. Well, here's the thing. We don't know exactly quite yet in 2023 what the average rents are going to be, because obviously we need more than just a little bit of time here to figure out what the rents are going to be in 2023. But as we get into maybe September, October, November, time like that of 2023, we'll get a better picture as far as what the average rents were throughout the entire course of the year. Obviously, we don't know that information quite yet, but it's going to be interesting to see, yet again, what are the average rents going to be in 2023? I can anticipate this much. It's probably going to be higher than the $1,295 than what they were in 2022, right? We kind of already anticipate it's probably going to be higher. How much? We don't really know. But again, as we've talked about previously in other videos, the average Social Security beneficiary who's getting $1,657, again, that's the average. I know a lot of you here in the community are getting far less than that, is going to be getting $144 in their monthly benefit as an increase. By the way, that is for the average beneficiary getting that $1,657. Their benefits will be boosted by $144. Can we maybe anticipate that rents and the average rent in this country might potentially go up to, say, I don't know, $1,450 a month? I'm just saying, maybe it goes up to that. If that's the case, guess what? The average Social Security beneficiary and the raise from the COLA, there it goes. That's it. It's gone. All of it has gone to rents, and again, not accounting for anything else. Now, again, whose fault is it really here? Again, we can all point the finger at somebody else. I'm just simply saying, I'm not taking sides here with who is at fault with this, but we can simply look at the program and say, well, is the Social Security program maybe a little bit busted up right now? Is Social Security maybe a little bit broken because these benefits simply are not accounting for the real increases in price that everybody's accounting for, or that all this is accounting for, right? So here's the thing as well. Remember, the COLA is supposed to be an adjustment to the cost of living adjustment. That's exactly what it's called. The COLA, cost of living adjustment. So if that's the case, then shouldn't this be accounting for maybe all of the adjustments to the cost of living, like shelter and utilities and groceries and all of the other increases in price? Well, it should be. But unfortunately, it's not, which again leads me back to the point that I made earlier, which we've also seen in multiple reports as well, suggesting that the annual cost of living adjustment for 2023 should really be more along the lines of 17% or even more, between 17 and 18% versus the 8.7%, okay? But then again, on the other hand, we have all the other people coming out saying, well, if we get a 17% raise to monthly benefits, guess what? Now we're going to be insolvent 5 years sooner, or, however many years sooner. And they talk about the insolvency issue. Yeah, but that's in the future, okay? Yes. Do we need to focus on the future, or do we need to focus on the here and now, right here, right now? We can only live right now. I'm not sure about you, but I'm not like a time traveler. I can't go out 12 years from right now and live in the future, right? Maybe some people can, but I certainly can't. I'm not sure about you, but I can't. So here's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on what is happening right now. That is the only thing we can do. The only thing we can do is live right here, right now, because this is the moment we're living in. This is all we can really do, right? We have to take all of this moment by moment, and unfortunately, worrying about something that's 12 years out from now, the deal is that's Congress. They have that on their plate. That is all up to Congress 12 years out from now when they need to focus on the insolvency issues. What we really need to worry about is making sure that everybody right here, right now, has the money that they need to, I don't know, cover shelter expenses, cover utility expenses, make sure that they have enough food on the pantry or in the pantry and on the table every single month and every single day. These are the issues, the pressing issues that people need to focus on. So again, all of this being exposed yet again in this report showing the COLA, yeah, it's getting headlines because yes, ultimately it is the fourth highest COLA in the history of Social Security. But at the same time, it's still fallen way short. And again, we continue to see the depletion of purchasing power as we continue to see month over month with this raging inflation that is still very, very high right now. It's still over 5% higher than what it really should be. It's not a good situation. That is not the solution for, for something that's actually going to work in the end. So, as you can see from this report, just shelter costs alone are accounting for almost 80% of the living expenses. And again, like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, I don't need to tell you this stuff. You already know it, right? I'm preaching to the choir at this point because seriously, you know this, right? As fixed income beneficiaries, everybody here knows this. We talk about this stuff all the time. Now, who really needs to understand this? Well, it'd be nice if Congress understood all this. It'd be nice if they maybe took this into consideration. But then again, we could also come back and say, probably what they would say us is, well, Social Security is not supposed to account for everything when you're retired, right? It's only supposed to account for about 40% of somebody's living expenses when they're retired. Okay, fine. Maybe we can say that, but at the end of the day, maybe should there be baselines put in Social Security or these fixed income programs where maybe, yes, it maybe only accounts for so much, but maybe people that, don't have benefits that are at that level, maybe we should, look out for those individuals and make sure that their benefits are brought up to some certain level with maybe, a minimum benefit. Gee, am I onto something here? Seems like, pretty basic stuff here. But again, maybe it's not all that basic because they haven't implemented something so basic quite yet. But either way, I want to bring this to your attention because this is another report that was released here, and I wanted to show this to you that the 8.7% COLA in 2023, again, sounds nice, sounds fancy, it sounds really great, but at the end of the day, it's way behind. There's no other way to put it. This is way behind the curve here. This 8.7% should really be doubled up. It should really be more along the lines of 17.4, 18%, something along that line. That is where we should really be. Or they should implement some type of minimum benefit to lift everybody up to at least the federal poverty line and well above. So anyway, thought this was a very interesting report. I want to share with you here in the video. So until next time, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, have a good one. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later.